Okay, so leaving off where the first video ended. So again, loss of introductory APR is if the card has an introductory rate. This area will list how the introductory rate can be lost. How do I obtain a credit card? Shop around, compare credit card offers, and determine which card best fits your needs. Complete a credit application, a form requesting information about the person's ability to repay, and then approval. Applicant may or may not be approved, depends on credit worthiness. If approved, review the final credit terms closely. Credit card companies send pre-approved credit card applications in the mail when the individual has passed the initial credit check. Obtaining a credit card. You must be 21, or you must have a cosigner, or you have proof of sufficient income to make payments. If a credit card is not managed responsibly, what impact does it have on the cosigner? Well, it can hurt the cosigner's credit, especially their credit score and their credit history. What is a credit card statement? It is important to review each month a credit card statement closely. Similar to a bank statement, we're not actually going to review Andrew's. We will do that in class. So this is an example, and I know this says Andrew's up at the top, but this is an example of a credit card statement. So you're going to have a summary of the account activity. It's basically going to be the overview. We have your previous balance, your payments, purchases, balance transfers, cash advances, past due amount, fees charged, interest charge, new balance, credit limit, available credit, and statement closing date, and then the days in the billing cycle. So a lot of information in that account summary. Then we have our payment information section. This is going to total new balance, minimum payment amount, and due date. So these are up here. And then it also tells you sometimes, like, if you only make the payment, minimum payment, how much interest are you going to pay? And if you make a late payment, what fee are you going to have? So it gives you some information about payment. So the late payment warning, going back to that, and the minimum payment warning, what will happen if the payment is late? Usually additional fees and a higher interest rate. And then a minimum payment warning is going to estimate how long it'll take to pay off the balance if the minimum payment is made. Notice of changes to your interest rate. This is going to notify the cardholder if interest rates are changing, typically a result of a penalty APR being triggered. So you can see it gives us the actual date too. Important changes to your account terms must be notified of any significant changes. Any changes can only be applied to new charges. Account may be closed before the changes go in effect. Then you have your transactions. This is going to list all the transactions since the last statement. It should be reviewed for errors. Fees and interest charged. Fees and interest charged must be listed separately. Year-to-date totals. This is going to be the total amount paid in fees and interest charges for the year. Interest charge calculation, summary of the different types of transactions. So you can see how it calculates those interests. So in summary, to avoid paying interest on a credit card, pay the balance in full every month. A credit card can have a positive or a negative impact on credit history. Credit card companies are required to disclose the terms and fees of the credit card in a Schumer box. If you apply for credit and are approved, be sure to review the final credit terms. And then credit card statements outline important information about a credit card and should be checked carefully for errors.